In Ketevan, the whistleblower complaint has been released. What does it say?
Well, it confirms, of course, what we'd seen in that memo of the phone call, confirming that the U.S. president did actually use the power of his office to interfere in some way in the 2020 electoral process by asking a foreign leader to try to investigate one of his potential rivals. But the phone call was not at the center necessarily of the official whistleblower complaint, because what is really at the heart of the complaint is how the White House seems to have tried to downplay or to cover up this phone call and what had transpired in this phone call. I'm going to read a quote from that complaint. The whistleblower saying that senior White House officials had intervened to lock down all records of the phone call, especially the official word-for-word transcript of the call that was produced, as is customary, by the White House Situation Room. And he says that the officials that he spoke to were really understanding the gravity of that phone call because of the behavior of White House officials trying to lock down, as he said, the transcripts of the phone call, apparently moving the transcripts from a pretty much open server inside the White House to a much more secure server that is usually used for matters that have very high sensitivity, very classified materials, and that is what alarmed the White House officials that the whistleblower is referring to.
Now, Ketevan, Joseph Maguire has been testifying before, the House investigators. What more did he have to say? We did hear from him a short while ago, but what more did he have to say in that testimony?
Well, as we heard in that soundbite that you played, he did insist that the whistleblower, as well as the Inspector General of the intelligence community, had acted properly, had done the right thing. He defended both of these figures, and which is something that goes a little bit against what the White House and the Republicans have been saying, because they have attacked the whistleblower as being partisan, as being part of a political hack job. Joseph Maguire had only good things to say about the whistleblower and the Inspector General, saying that they really played this by the book. What he did say, though, the main focus of his testimony was to say that he was not legally obligated to release that complaint to Congress, which is really the key sticking point in this whole affair. He said that he went to White House for counsel on how to act, but he insists that the White House did not prevent him from transferring that complaint to Congress, and that he was simply taking some time, delaying the release to go through all of the process. And he says that in the end, he did actually release the complaint to Congress. So that was his main point, was to make it clear that he was not legally obligated, because this implied the president was in the conversation, and the president was not part of intelligence activities, and therefore there was some sort of executive privilege. But he did say that he did refuse to say whether he had discussed the matter with the U.S. president himself, refusing to answer those questions.